So our coordinate plane is a little bit different than last time. However, there's a lot in common. You should have noticed that every tick mark that you see is measuring or adding 1/2. So just like the last coordinate plane we were looking at, we start at our origin, which is the point 0, 0, because x equals 0 and y equals 0. We then add 1/2 every time we move up and every time we move over. Knowing that, let's find the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate of the points that are shown. So first we have our moon. Let's find our moon. Our moon is right here. I need to find its location, which means I need to find where it's located on the x-axis for its x-coordinate and the y-axis for its y-coordinate. So I'm going to kind of draw a line down from my moon, and then I'm going to start on my origin and figure out where that moon hit on my x-axis. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. And it matches. My moon has an x-coordinate of 2 and 1/2. Now let's take a look at its y-coordinate. I'm going to draw a line over to my y-axis. I'm then going to start at my origin and figure out where my moon hit. I went 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. My y-coordinate is 4. So my moon can be found by going over 2.5 and up 4 units. Over and then up. Okay, let's take a look at the next shape, which is our sun. Our sun is right here. We always start over and then up. So let's check. Start at 0, 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Let's double check, see if it lines up. Yes, it lines up. So my x-coordinate is 4. I went over 4 units. Now let's see how far up I go. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. Let's double check. And it does hit 3 on the y-axis. So my x-coordinate is 3. Now let's go to the heart. Heart is right here. Gotta start on my origin. Gonna go over and then up. Over 1/2, 1. And it lines up. So my heart, the x-coordinate is 1. It hit 1 on the x-axis. And let's see how far up it goes. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. And it hits 2 on my y-coordinate. Now let's see my cloud. Found my cloud. See where it goes on the x-axis. Well, my cloud doesn't go over. It stays on this origin, meaning where x is equal to 0. So my x-axis coordinate is 0 because it doesn't move over. It stays at the origin. But it does go up, which means it will have a y-coordinate. So x is 0, but y is 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. I go up by each tick mark because each tick mark is adding 1/2 or measuring 1/2. And finally, our last shape is our smiley face up here. Again, starting at our origin. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, I believe. Let's double check. by drawing our line up and seeing if it matches. It does. Sometimes it's hard to see when objects are farther away from the x-axis or the y-axis where it is. This is why I have these dotted lines helping me measure where it actually fell on that line. So my x-coordinate is 3 1/2. Now let's take a look at our y. Start at the origin, so even though I'm over here, it's still at 0 for my y. And I go 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2. And let's double check. And it's right, because it lands on the tick mark in between 5 and 6. And since it adds 1/2 each time, my y-coordinate is 5 1/2. I want you guys to think now about how you guys are doing with finding the coordinates of a shape or a point on a coordinate plane. First, start at the origin, go over, and figure out how many tick marks over it is, or how many things you added or measured, counting them up, and then see how far up you go. That's your y-coordinate. Over is your x, up is your y. You guys are going to answer some questions now based on this coordinate plane. Hint, hint, we've already answered one of these questions, so refer back to your work. And then you guys are going to plot some points, just like you did for the last coordinate plane. If you need a helpful reminder, go back and watch that video. After that, you guys are going to complete your exit ticket to the best of your ability based on the coordinate plane you've already seen.